Welcome back to our channel, everyone. Today is a fantastic day to dive deep into the absolute madness currently unfolding in Los Angeles. We have so much to unpack, so grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let us get right into the heart of the drama that is everyone talking. I cannot believe what I am watching. I am literally typing this late at night because my brain will not shut off after that last episode, and I just need to get this out of my system. Are we actually seeing this? Is this real life? Because I feel like I am taking crazy pills watching this show right now. Taylor Hayes, a world-renowned psychiatrist, a woman of intellect and supposed class, is acting like a rebellious 16-year-old sneaking her bad boy boyfriend into her bedroom while her parents are away. Except the parents, in this situation, is her own daughter, Steffy Forrester, and the bad boy is Deacon Sharp, who is currently married to the most dangerous woman in the history of daytime television. I mean, what are the writers doing? What is Taylor doing? I am so frustrated I could scream at my television screen. And let's just start with the absolute audacity of this entire situation. Steffy took her family, her husband John Finnegan, little Hayes, and Kelly, on a nice, peaceful camping trip just to get away from the relentless drama of Los Angeles. She leaves her mother alone in her beautiful cliff house, a house that is supposed to be a sanctuary, a safe zone for her children. And what does Taylor do the second the car pulls out of the driveway? She calls up Deacon Sharp for a night of passion on Steffy's couch, on Steffy's bed. I am sorry, but how disrespectful can you possibly get? You are a guest in your daughter's home, a home where her small children sleep, and you invite a man whose wife is a known attempted murderer into that sacred space? Make it make sense. But wait, I am getting ahead of myself. Let us talk about the actual scene because my jaw was literally on the floor. Sheila Carter, carrying flowers like some twisted, friendly neighbor, hears moaning from outside, grabs a knife, and kicks the bedroom door in. And there is Taylor, completely naked, begging for her life. Don't do this. Please don't kill me. I mean, did Taylor really think this was going to end any other way? You are sleeping with Sheila Carter's husband. Did you think Sheila was just going to politely knock on the door, leave a casserole on the counter, and wish you two the best of luck in your new romance? No. She's going to revert to her old, psychotic habits. And the fact that Taylor is just lying there, completely exposed and terrified, while Deacon literally scrambles out the window like a complete coward. Oh my goodness, do not even get me started on Deacon right now. Okay, back to the main point, which is Steffy. Because at this point, the writing is on the wall, and it is spelled out in bright, neon letters. Steffy has to kick Taylor out of the cliff house. She absolutely has to. There is no other option left on the table. Any sane person in Steffy's position would know that it is time to stop playing nice and take drastic action. Steffy already issued an ultimatum. She sat Taylor down, looked her right in the eye, and said, "If you do not stop seeing Deacon, I will cut you off. I will cut you out of my life, and I will keep Hayes and Kelly away from you." And Taylor nodded, and then the second Steffy turned her back, Taylor just completely ignored it. Because Taylor thinks she has finally found her dream guy. Since when is Deacon Sharp anyone's dream guy? I know I am ranting, but I have been watching the show for years, since way back in the day, and this is easily one of the most frustrating character regressions I have ever witnessed. Taylor used to be the voice of reason. She used to be the elegant, smart, analytical doctor who could see through people's trauma and help them heal. Now, she is toying with danger and actively inviting chaos and potential murder into her daughter's life. And for what? For Deacon? The guy who helped cover up the fact that Sheila shot Steffy and Finn in that dirty alley? Do we not remember the alley? I feel like I am the only one remembering the absolute bloodbath that Sheila caused, and Deacon hit her. And now Taylor is risking her life and her daughter's peace of mind for him. It is sickening. Let us talk about the fans, because the forums and the group chats are absolutely exploding right now, and I am nodding along with almost every single comment I read. A lot of people are completely out of patience with Taylor, and rightfully so. I saw someone on social media say, "Taylor is making her choice. I'd let her go. Not sure why she's living with Stephanie anyway. Get your own place, stupid. And stay away from me and my kids." And, honestly, where is the lie in that statement? And yes, I know the fan accidentally typed Stephanie instead of Steffi, but the point stands. Taylor is a highly successful medical professional. She has written books. She has traveled the world. She can easily afford a luxurious penthouse in Los Angeles or a beautiful beachfront property in Malibu. Why is she crashing at her daughter's house like a broke college student who cannot pay rent? It is completely absurd. If Taylor wants to date Deacon, fine. If she wants to declare to the world that Deacon is her ultimate soulmate and go public with their relationship, fine. But do it on your own property. Do not bring Sheila Carter's wrath to the Cliff House. Sheila has already shot Steffi. She has already terrorized this family for decades. If Sheila is creeping around the house in the middle of the night, looking through windows, kicking down doors with a deadly weapon in her hand, it is only a matter of time before she does something awful to Taylor. And if Taylor is living at the Cliff House when Sheila decides to burn it down or shoot it up, Steffi and the kids are going to be caught in the crossfire. Steffi has a fundamental duty as a mother to protect Kelly and Hayes. That means the grandmother has to go. Immediately. But then there is the other side of the argument, and this is where it gets so incredibly complicated and emotional for me. Another fan pointed out something that really made me stop in my tracks and think about the psychological weight of this situation. They wrote, "I want to say kick my mother out, but that's harder to do than say. Like, essentially you would be condemning your own mother to die, and yeah, it's her fault, but you wouldn't be to blame yet at the same time you'd always blame yourself for not doing more."
Wow. Just wow.
That hit me right in the chest because it is so painfully true. It is easy for us to sit on our couches with our snacks and scream at the TV, telling Steffi to throw Taylor's designer bags on the front lawn. But in reality, if Steffi kicks Taylor out and Taylor moves into a hotel and Sheila tracks her down and murders her, Steffi would never, ever recover from that guilt. Steffi would spend the rest of her life agonizing, thinking, if I had just let her stay, if I had just hired more security guards for the property, my mother would still be alive. It is an impossible, agonizing choice. You are damned if you do, and you are damned if you do not. If you let her stay, you endanger your children. If you kick her out, you are essentially throwing her to the wolves, or in this case, throwing her to the she-devil. And Taylor is putting Steffi in this position. That is what makes me so unspeakably angry. A mother is supposed to protect her child, not force her child to choose between her mother's life and her children's safety. It is the ultimate form of selfishness on Taylor's part. And that brings me to the absolute most brilliant point I have seen online, and we really need to unpack this because it explains everything. Someone commented, "Steffi is an example of a parentified child that's obviously now an adult unable to break away from that role. Probably from consoling her mother every time she went through a breakup with her dad because of Brooke."
Yes.
1,000,000 times yes. This is the deepest, most accurate psychological read of the Forrester family dynamic I have ever heard in all my years of watching. Steffi has always had to be the strong one. She has always had to pick up the broken pieces when Taylor fell apart. Think about the history here, guys. Remember when they tried this dynamic years ago? How many times did we see a young Steffi watching her mother absolutely crumble into 1,000,000 pieces because Ridge bounced back to Brooke for the 100th time? Steffi had to step up. She had to dry her mother's tears. She had to be the fierce protector of her mother's fragile heart. Steffi learned from a very young age that her mother is vulnerable, that her mother makes disastrous decisions based on raw emotion, and that it is Steffi's job to shield her from the harsh consequences of the real world. Steffi is the parent in this relationship. She has been the parent for years. And now we are seeing the ultimate, toxic manifestation of that parentified child syndrome. Steffi is literally scolding her mother like a grounded teenager. Do not see that boy anymore, he is bad news. And Taylor is sneaking around behind her back, using Hope Logan as a cover story. Oh my gosh, let us just take a quick detour to talk about Hope for a second. Hope is covering for Deacon, so he can go sleep with Taylor. Hope is eager to get Sheila out of Deacon's life, so she is actively participating in this dangerous game of deception. Hope is just as naive as Taylor. I am so glad Hope finally confessed to Liam, because someone needs to inject some reality into the situation. Liam must be losing his mind hearing that Deacon is lying to Sheila and sneaking off to the Cliff house. It is a disaster waiting to happen. Okay, catching myself, back to Steffy and Taylor. The role reversal is just staggering. Taylor is supposed to be the psychiatrist. She is supposed to be the one who understands human behavior, boundaries, and trauma. Yet she is completely blind to the severe trauma she is inflicting on her own daughter right now. Steffy was shot by Sheila.
Finn was shot by Sheila.
They almost died in that filthy alley, bleeding out on the pavement. Steffy lost her memory. Finn was presumed dead for months. The amount of PTSD that Steffy carries in her body every single day is immeasurable. And Taylor knows this. Taylor lived through that agonizing grief with her. So how on earth can Taylor justify bringing Sheila's husband into Steffy's home? It is a betrayal of the highest order. It is a massive emotional betrayal. It tells Steffy, my desire for this man is more important than your trauma, your boundaries, and your physical safety. And that is a bitter, bitter pill for a daughter to swallow. Especially a daughter who has spent her entire life defending her mother's honor against the Logans. Steffy has fought brutal wars for Taylor. She has gone to bat for her time and time again against Brooke. And this is how Taylor repays her loyalty? By turning her beautiful home into a literal target for a psycho killer? I just cannot wait to see the fallout when Steffy and Finn get back from their camping trip. Can you imagine the scene? Steffy walks in, smelling like campfire smoke, holding her kids' hands, feeling refreshed and relaxed for the first time in months. And then she finds out what happened. She finds out that while she was sleeping peacefully in a tent, Sheila Carter was kicking down a bedroom door in her house, holding a massive knife, while her mother was naked in bed with Deacon Sharp. Steffy is going to absolutely erupt. We're going to see Hurricane Steffy in full force, and honestly, I am entirely here for it. I am popping the popcorn right now because it is going to be epic. Steffy is going to confront Deacon, too. We already know she is not going to let the grass grow under her feet. She's going to march right up to him and demand answers. But what can Deacon even say? Sorry I used your house as a cheap motel and almost got your mom gutted like a fish by my crazy wife. Deacon is such a mess. He is trying to end his marriage to Sheila, which is going to cause a massive divorce drama, but he is doing it in the most cowardly, sneaky way possible. If you want to be with Taylor, be a man, file the divorce papers, move out of the apartment, and deal with Sheila head-on. Do not sneak out a window while your new girlfriend begs for her life. It is pathetic. I know some people are loving this chaotic romance between Taylor and Deacon. They think it is spicy, they think it is forbidden, and they love the soap opera drama of it all. And sure, from a pure entertainment standpoint, it is gold. But from a character standpoint, it is total character assassination for Taylor Hayes. I am sorry, but it is. Remember when they tried to pair Taylor with other questionable men in the past? It never works because Taylor is fundamentally supposed to be a woman of class and intellect. Stripping her down to a terrified woman hiding from Sheila Carter over a guy who runs a pizza restaurant and has a rap sheet a mile long? It is just wild to me. So, what is the final verdict? What does Steffy actually need to do? I think she has to break the cycle. She has to stop being the parentified child right now. She has to look Taylor in the eye and say, I love you, but I cannot save you from yourself anymore. Steffy has to pack Taylor's bags. She has to hire a bodyguard for her mother if she feels that guilty, put her up in a secure high-rise building with a doorman and keycard access and say, you are on your own with this mess. Because if Steffy allows Taylor to stay after this, she is enabling the destructive behavior. She is telling Taylor that there are no consequences for her reckless actions. And let us not forget the ripple effect this is going to have all over Los Angeles. When Deacon and Taylor officially go public, it is going to make waves everywhere. Ridge is going to flip out. Brooke is going to have an absolute field day with this, saying, I told you so, about Taylor's terrible judgment. The entire dynamic of the Forrester family is going to shift because the matriarch has completely lost her mind over a bad boy. And Sheila? Sheila is going to go on a warpath that will make her previous rampages look like child's play. She has been betrayed by the one man who accepted her. She's going to want blood, and Taylor has painted a massive target on her own back. In the end, Steffy's first obligation is to herself and her children. The beach house needs to be a fortress, not a playground for Taylor's dangerous midlife crisis. I am so emotionally invested in this storyline. I literally cannot sleep until I see how Steffy handles this ultimate confrontation. She needs to stand her ground. She needs to protect her peace and her family. And Taylor needs a massive reality check before she ends up in a body bag. Am I being too harsh? Am I the only one who feels this strongly about it? Let me know, because I feel like I am losing